Welcome to Feel Fluent English, where stories help us grow. Before we begin, let me ask you something. When your phone rings, do you always listen carefully? Or do you sometimes say, "I'll listen later"? Today's story is about a simple voice message, a busy life, and a moment that changes everything. It is not a loud story, it is a quiet one. But if you truly listen, it may stay with you long after it ends. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, do you usually listen to voice messages immediately or later? Type now or later. Stay till the end. I'll explain useful English vocabulary from the story to help you feel more confident and fluent. Now, let us begin. I always believed there would be time. Time to call him back. Time to listen properly. Time to say the things I kept postponing. I was wrong. My name is Daniel Parker. I'm 32 years old, living in Chicago, far from the small town where I grew up. Like most people, I thought being busy was the same as being important. Meetings, deadlines, notifications. Life felt full. But somehow, my father's voice had started feeling distant. My father, Michael Parker, was a quiet man. He never raised his voice, never forced advice on me, never complained when I forgot to call. He worked as a school librarian for almost 30 years. Books were his closest friends. Silence, his comfort. After my mother died 8 years ago, he lived alone in our old house, the same house where I learned to walk. The same house where he once carried me on his shoulders during summer rain. Every Sunday he used to call me. "Have you eaten?" That was always his first question. Sometimes I answered patiently, sometimes quickly, sometimes not at all. I told myself I'll call him later. Later became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became months. One Tuesday night, after a long meeting, my phone buzzed. Voice message, Dad, 1:47. I saw it. I didn't open it. I thought, I'm too tired. I'll listen tomorrow morning. I placed the phone face down and fell asleep. The next morning, my phone rang at 6:12 a.m., an unknown number. I almost ignored it. Almost. Is this Daniel Parker? Yes. Is this Daniel Parker? Yes. I'm calling from St. Mary's Hospital. A pause. The kind of pause that stretches your heart. Your father was brought in late last night. He suffered a massive heart attack. I stopped breathing. We did everything we could. I didn't hear the rest. The world narrowed into a single sentence. I'm sorry. I booked the earliest flight home. At the airport, surrounded by people rushing to somewhere important, I sat frozen. My phone buzzed again. Voice message, Dad, 1:47. The same one. My fingers hovered over the screen. I was afraid. Afraid of what he might have said. Afraid of what I might have missed. But more than anything, I was afraid this would be the last time I'd hear his voice. I pressed play. Hello, son. His voice was softer than I remembered. I know you must be busy. You always are. A small chuckle. I just wanted to hear your voice today. But it's okay. There was a pause. I imagined him sitting on the edge of his bed, phone in hand. The doctor says I should rest more. Old age, you know. Another pause. I cooked your favorite dinner today. Burned it a little. Your mom would have laughed." His voice trembled slightly. "Daniel, I don't say this often, but I am very proud of you." My throat tightened. "You don't need to call back immediately. Just don't forget me, son." The message ended. I dropped the phone and cried like a child in the middle of the airport. At home, everything felt smaller. The house smelled of old books and tea. His slippers were still by the door. His glasses lay open on the table, as if waiting. During the funeral, people said kind things. "He was a good man. He raised you well. He spoke about you often." I nodded. I thanked them. But inside, guilt screamed louder than grief. That night, I sat alone in his room. I replayed the voice message again and again and again. Each time it hurt more, because I realized something terrible. He didn't call to complain. He didn't call to ask for help. He called to say goodbye, and I wasn't listening. I found his diary in the drawer. Simple handwriting. "Daniel didn't call today. It's okay. I hope he eats on time. I recorded a voice note. I hope he hears it." My hands shook. Weeks passed. I returned to Chicago, but nothing felt the same. Meetings felt meaningless. Notifications felt noisy. Every Sunday, my phone stayed silent. No call. No, "Have you eaten?" Just one saved voice message. Sometimes late at night, I play it. Not because it hurts, but because it reminds me, love doesn't shout. It waits. And sometimes it waits too long. If you are listening to this story, ask yourself, who needs to hear your voice today? And whose voice do you need to listen to more carefully? Because the last voice message is not always the end. Sometimes it is a reminder to live, to love, and to connect while we still can. Let's enhance our vocabularies used in the story. Believed. Accepted as true. I always believed there would be time. Postponing. Delaying something to later. Time to say the things I kept postponing. Important. Of great value or significance. I thought being busy was the same as being important. Notifications. Alerts from phone or devices. Meetings, deadlines, notifications. Life felt full. Distant. Far away, emotionally or physically. But somehow, my father's voice had started feeling distant. Librarian. Someone who works in a library. He worked as a school librarian for almost 30 years. Comfort. State of ease or relief. Books were his closest friends. Silence was his comfort. Monsoon. Seasonal heavy rain in South Asia. The same house where he once carried me on his shoulders during monsoon rains. Patiently. Calmly, without rushing. Sometimes I answered patiently. Unknown. Not familiar or identified. The next morning, my phone rang at 6:12 a.m., an unknown number. Massive. Very large or serious. He suffered a massive heart attack. Frozen. Unable to move or react. At the airport, surrounded by people rushing to somewhere important, I sat frozen. Hovered. Stayed undecided above something. My fingers hovered over the screen. Afraid. Feeling fear. I was afraid of what he might have said. Trembled, shook slightly from emotion. His voice trembled slightly. Proud, feeling pleased or satisfied. Arjun, I don't say this often, but I am very proud of you. Immediately, without delay. You don't need to call back immediately. Shook, trembled. My hands shook. Meaningless, having no purpose. Meetings felt meaningless. Notifications felt noisy. Saved, kept for future use. Just one saved voice message.